While visiting his mother's grave, Barry Allen, known as the Flash, is alerted to a break-in by his enemies Captain Cold, Captain Boomerang, Heatwave, Mirror Master, and Top at the Flash Museum. Defeating the rogues, he discovers that they have been hired by his archenemy, Professor Eobard Zoom Thorne, as part of a plan to destroy Central City. With the help of the Justice League, Barry foils Thorne's plot, but Thorne's taunts over the death of his mother still haunt Barry as he leaves. The next day, Barry wakes to discover that the world has radically changed. His powers are gone. His mother is alive, his wife Iris is married to a colleague, and the Justice League does not exist. Aquaman and his Atlantean forces have sunk most of Europe, while Wonder Woman has led the Amazons in conquering the United Kingdom, and both forces are now at war after an attempted alliance between them resulted in Wonder Woman murdering Aquaman's wife Queen Mera. Due to Mera discovering that Aquaman and Wonder Woman had a secret affair together and Mera confronting Wonder Woman herself, Cyborg has assembled a team to eliminate both parties and approaches Batman to join them. But his refusal leads the government to scrap the plan, and instead recruit pilot Hal Jordan to fly an alien spacecraft to bomb the Atlanteans. Barry visits Wayne Manor, but is attacked by Batman, who he realizes is not Bruce Wayne but his father Thomas. Suspicious of Barry's statements, Batman breaks one of his fingers. Barry eventually convinces Batman that he is in an alternate reality, where Bruce was killed by Joe Chill, which caused Thomas to become Batman, and Martha Wayne, driven mad by Bruce's death, to become the Joker and attack Thomas' business, the world's largest casino. Attempting to explain things to the elder Wayne, Barry retrieves his costume from his ring, but Thorne's costume appears instead, causing Barry to believe he is responsible for the timeline alteration. Barry convinces Batman to help him recreate the accident that gave him his powers, but the attempt fails and Barry is severely burned. In London, Steve Trevor attempts to extricate reporter Lois Lane, but is discovered and interrogated by the Amazons and personally killed by Wonder Woman. The Amazons hunt down Lane, but she is rescued by the local resistance. Meanwhile, in the remains of Paris, Deathstroke and Lex Luthor are attacked and killed by Aquaman's forces while tracking the energy trail of Aquaman's new weapon, which is powered by the captive Captain Atom. At the Batcave, after realizing that his memories are changing, Barry asks Batman for help in recreating the accident again. The second attempt succeeds and Barry's powers are restored, but he discovers he cannot terror well through time because Thorne is also using the Speed Force. Barry recruits more allies, beginning with an emaciated Superman, who is a prisoner of the US government after his ship crashed into Metropolis. With the aid of Batman and Cyborg, they liberate Superman, who is empowered by Earth's yellow sun for the first time and fends off the facility's security, then flies off in fear and confusion. Barry collapses as his memories continue to change. Barry is taken to Billy Batson's home to recuperate, and learns that Jordan's attack has failed. The US coalition fleet, which was sent to the UK, was decimated by Amazons. And the final battle between the Amazons and Atlanteans has begun. Barry convinces the superheroes to help stop the war and they depart for Britain aboard Batman's jet, only to be shot down upon arrival. Batson and his siblings combine into Captain Thunder to fight Wonder Woman, while Barry, Cyborg, and Batman occupy Aquaman. After killing Black Manta alongside Grifter, Batman is wounded by Ocean Master. Thorne reveals himself and after brutally beating Barry, explains that Barry himself is responsible for this alternate timeline. Barry traveled back in time to save his mother, fracturing the fabric of reality. Wonder Woman uses her lasso to force Captain Thunder back into Batson and kills him. Superman returns and dismembers Aquaman, but cannot stop him from killing Cyborg. Wonder Woman faces a wounded Aquaman, with both declaring an intention to fix things their way. Aquaman remotely detonates Captain Atom with a ray, and is then executed by Wonder Woman. As the explosion tears across the landscape, Thorn declares his intention to keep Barry in this reality to kill him, but he is then killed by Batman. The dying Batman urges Barry to run, and gives him a letter addressed to his son. Barry races back in time and stops his earlier self, but again fractures time, creating another alternate timeline. Barry wakes up in his office and notices the apocalyptic headlines are gone. After spending a moment with Iris at his mother's grave, Barry visits Bruce to tell him about everything that occurred. Barry gives him the letter from his father, and Bruce thanks him. Barry then runs off, ready to set his own future. In a post-credits scene, a boom tube opens in space above Earth and a horde of parademons emerges, with one of them lunging at the camera.